The U.S. should lead by example and help stop abusive transplant practices in China. That's the message from a recent forum in Washington, D.C. Doctors from a medical advocacy group want U.S. lawmakers to adopt House Resolution 281. Among other things, it would press the Chinese regime to immediately end its practice of harvesting organs from prisoners of conscience.
Probably the past 13 years, the transplant community became very alarmed about what was going on in China.
Alarmed because independent investigators estimate tens of thousands of persecuted Falun Gong practitioners have been killed, their organs removed and sold to domestic and overseas patients. Falun Gong, also known as Falun Dafa, is a Chinese spiritual discipline. Since 1999, its adherents have been subjected to extensive persecution by the Chinese regime. In 2006, allegations surfaced that military hospitals were killing them for their organs.
And time-wise, the increase in number of the organ transplant in China actually parallel with the persecution of Falun Gong.
In June, Congresswoman Ros-lehtinen and Representative Robert Andrews introduced House Resolution 281 in the House Committee on Foreign Affairs.
When the U.S. Congress makes a motion, makes a resolution, it makes it easier for other organizations, medical organizations, countries, states, to enact their own regulations and laws. A lot of times they follow suit. They see what the U.S. is doing, and then they move. So if we can get this moving, it can actually impact globally many things.
Guest speaker at the forum, Levi Browdy, says the effect would even reach into China.
Inside China, we've seen resolutions like this where people literally would be persecutors, people in prison camps, police officers, see that the United States Congress is stating things so explicitly, it gives them real pause to do what they're doing.
House Resolution 281 would be the first in the U.S. to press the Chinese regime to end forced organ harvesting. It also wants Congress to warn U.S. citizens that if they go to China for an organ, it may have come from a prisoner of conscience. Once the resolution gets enough co-sponsors, it can be introduced to the House floor for voting. NTD News, Washington, D.C.